Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. We've got Rob Art here saying this, it's strange that all stock indexes have made new all-time highs. Bitcoin has made new highs, yet Ethereum hasn't broken out into new highs after 3 years and 10 months, roughly 4 years. So guys, we are essentially at the top of that 4-year cycle, and Ethereum still hasn't broken out of these highs. And so for a lot of crypto traders, this is what we've been looking for in terms of a signal that altcoins are going to rally here. I'm going to throw this on the weekly. This is the Ethereum chart, and as you guys can see, I've got the former all-time high down in here from back in 2018. Going to remove that line and just show you guys the more recent all-time high from November of 2021. You guys can see Ethereum did butt up against that new all-time high, but then got rejected. So we haven't seen that yet. This has never happened before, says Rob Art. Given its typical behavior, we should have seen an Ethereum at roughly $8,000 by now. And guys, this isn't just Ethereum. This is also Solana, so another cryptocurrency here that has been butting up against former all-time high, the all-time high from back in November. So we aren't really seeing these altcoins really kind of breaking out. Let's bring up XRP here. On the chart, XRP actually did break out past its former all-time high, but not by much. So this is another question that I think we have to ask ourselves at this stage in the cycle. Whereas we have XRP butting up against that high and seeing new highs, most other altcoins have not seen that same trend. So this is the XRP chart. As you guys can see, I do still have that line from a few days ago. XRP breaking out of that inverted head and shoulder structure, and now we can continue the trend here. And as you guys can see, inverted head and shoulder structure has been broken. So hopefully we do see the trend continue to the upside. Right now, one XRP is going for about $2.57 per coin. So the trend is looking very positive. This is the 4-hour chart, by the way. Of course, everything is still following Bitcoin, and you guys can see Bitcoin is also slowly moving up. So hopefully this means brighter skies for Bitcoin, for the rest of the crypto space. We do still have to get up above former all-time high for Bitcoin, and right now we're about 11.5% off that high, so $111,000 per coin. Fear and greed is slowly moving up. I mean, we're still in fear at 34. Market cap is up by about 0.5%, but we're seeing green on the board today. XRP leading the charge, 4.28% to the upside. So again, one XRP trading for roughly $2.57. This is all good. Skycodelic here also saying, it's far from over. Smart money has successfully completed one of the largest psychological attacks on investors these last few months. He is saying this was a coordinated attack. I think a lot of us have been wondering the same, especially since we did see, here, let me throw this back on the daily, especially since we did see Bitcoin liquidate about 10 days ago. We were getting really worried at that time. Let me throw that on the weekly to show you guys a little better there for Bitcoin. We were getting a little worried at that time. Fortunately for us, though, Bitcoin did not go below crucial levels, and now we're trying to maintain that support here, and buyers are buying up. And so you guys can see the volume for this particular week is getting higher. Hopefully the momentum continues. And Skycodelic is saying, these whales are just loading up their bags. This is a tale as old as time. People don't learn. He's even saying markets are looking great. The macro is looking better. And right here we have the Bitcoin chart with Bitfinex whales in leveraged positions. And guys, I don't know if you noticed this from BTC longs, okay? You guys can see the trend going up. So as we're seeing more longs being accumulated, you can see Bitcoin is the inverse relationship with Bitcoin price. So as we did see Bitcoin price go down, longs have been accumulated, and the same is true for here. We are seeing Bitcoin price, moving sideways pretty much, but longs are being accumulated down here. So hopefully that is a good sign for Bitcoin to continue its trajectory to the upside. For more information on how I'm trading this bull run, I'm going to be posting more updates at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is only $5 a month. If you guys are confused and you want to see what I'm doing, what my price targets are, what my feelings are about this market, where I'm going to be taking profit, follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Only $5 a month, cheaper than some people pay for 1 cup of coffee every single day. I guess if you go to Starbucks and buy those frappe, latte, mocha, frappa, whatevers, It's cheaper than that. And that's for an entire month of information, including, of course, the back catalog I've been posting for just over 2 years now regarding this particular cycle. So check it out if that's something you're interested in. Well, we've got more news with regards to Ripple and XRP. Brad Garlinghouse just came out yesterday stating this. With today's close of Hidden Road, now rebranded, guys, as Ripple Prime, Ripple has announced 5 major acquisitions in the last about 2 years. So remember last week we had Treasury Rail occurred in August, then Standard Custody in 2024, and Medico in 2023. As we continue to build solutions towards enabling the Internet of Value, I'm reminding you, and guys, I think this is the most interesting part here that Brad says, I'm reminding you all that XRP sits at the center of everything Ripple does, so lock in. That's right, Brad Garlinghouse has now told us to lock in officially, and I don't think it's the first time he has said it, but he is saying it here, lock in, and Vincent Van Code saying, XRP is the holy grail of crypto use case. Brad Garlinghouse is saying it. Vincent Van Code is saying it. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised in the coming years. It's an unbelievable opportunity that will come and go relatively quickly, and I'm glad I discovered it years ago. He says he doesn't hold a large position, but guys, his prediction is still low 3 digits by the year 2030. So this is the latest. It's prime time. Ripple closes the Hidden Road acquisition to bring prime brokerage into the digital age. And they state here the acquisition is now complete and Hidden Road is now called Ripple Prime. This is an exciting new chapter for Ripple, making it the first crypto company to own and operate a global multi-asset prime broker and bring the promise of digital assets to institutional customers at scale. In fact, since the initial announcement of the acquisition, Ripple Prime's business has grown 3x, and additional growth for new and existing customers is expected. The synergies between the two businesses made this acquisition a logical next step to support institutional adoption of digital assets. Ripple's foundational digital asset infrastructure across payments, crypto custody, and stablecoins, as well as the use of XRP, will complement the service offered within Ripple Prime. So definitely going to be utilizing XRP within this system. So Ripple Prime will significantly enhance the utility and reach of Ripple's stablecoin, the RLUSD, as well. And today, the RLUSD is being used as collateral for a number of prime brokerage products. This article goes on into the RLUSD. We've got a clip of Brad Garlinghouse Crypto in 1 minute discussing this, and I will link this in the description if you guys are interested. In many ways, the two companies are cut from the same cloth and have shared DNA from a similar global footprint, with offices around the world, to a joint passion for the strength in technology, risk management, and operational controls. Both teams, though, are excited for continued integration throughout the year, with Hidden Road founder and CEO Mark Ash working directly alongside Brad Garlinghouse. So guys, the deal has finally been closed. Hidden Road now rebranded Ripple Prime. And Michael Arrington also commenting on this. We are finally onboarded with Hidden Road. It has a bunch of incredible tools for this business. As a hedge fund, Ripple has made some incredible acquisitions, but Hidden Road by far may be one of the best. There are incredible synergies between the Hidden Road business and Ripple's stablecoin, for example. So Michael Arrington commenting, and not only that, guys, it has been discovered here by Crypto Eddie that Michael Arrington's company, Arrington Capital, snuck in at the last minute and purchased a stake in Armada, which is the company that is helping fund the Evernorth project. So that's a big deal too. He snagged the Armada stake in August of 2025, so only a few months ago, for $6.6 million, grabbing Class B shares, Class A shares, and private warrants. So that is huge news there. Michael Arrington, of course, very invested in the Ripple XRP ecosystem and putting his money where his mouth is. So that is good news. We've even got Ashish Burla with an update on Evernorth. Listen to this.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashish Burla. Some of you may know me from my years at Ripple, where I helped Brad and the team bring blockchain to the real-world payments. But today, I want to share more about Evernorth, a new kind of company built to provide institutional investors and public markets with exposure to XRP. Think of it as a publicly traded XRP treasury that gives investors simple, regulated, and liquid exposure to XRP. But with a twist, we aim to collectively grow our XRP holdings, and what we generate from the treasury will be used to purchase more XRP for the treasury. We've built an incredible team of leaders from crypto, capital markets, and finance. People who have been at the forefront of innovation, regulation, and risk management for years. Together, we're committed to building something enduring for the long term. And we're backed by a world-class group of investors and leaders, including SBI, Ripple, Arrington Capital, Pantera Capital, and Kraken. firms that share our conviction in XRP's future. So why now? For the first time, XRP has clear regulatory standing in the United States, opening the door for large-scale adoption. Evernorth is positioned to be the trusted, transparent bridge to the public markets. This is just the beginning, and I couldn't be more excited to build this together with the community at every turn. Follow along. We're excited for what's ahead.
So Ashish Birla essentially saying that they needed the regulatory clarity before they made these big announcements. And, this just gives me more confidence that XRP is going to grow in price over the next several years and maybe even decouple from the crypto market. This is why I'm going to be keeping a portion of my XRP. Yes, I'm going to be selling some of it in a spec run. We're trying to pinpoint the top of the market. Again, you can find all my thoughts on that at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Again, I guess I should say that my DMs are open too, so if you have any questions, I will respond to you directly over there at the Patreon. I do have a strategy, and I do think, this is going to get really big really fast. So wanted to thank Bank XRP there, Crypto Eddie, Michael Arrington, Vincent Van Code, Amelie for the animated meme, Brad Garlinghouse, of course, Skycodelic, and Rob Art just for posting those. But the ecosystem can't grow without the partners, and Thunes has become one of those larger partners over the years. They have just enabled a new corridor payment access to and from Colombia with new real-time payment systems, BRIB. So Thunes, of course, a Ripple partner and a smart highway to move money around the world. They've just launched a real-time cross-border payment system to and from Colombia. This milestone highlights Thunes' commitment to connecting and supporting real-time payments, so RTP systems worldwide, and promoting financial inclusion through faster, interoperable, and affordable money movement. Of course, they are XRPL enabled, so this certainly does help moving that money cross borders. BRIB, though, allows individuals and businesses to send and receive money instantly 24/7 between accounts held at different banks, cooperatives, digital wallets, and fintechs. Says down here they officially launched on October the 6th, and 30 million people, representing about 76% of the country, already have signed up for the service. So essentially over three quarters of the country have already signed up to use this service in Colombia. Thunes is the first global payment platform to enable real-time cross-border capabilities in and out of Colombia, with a new national system dramatically accelerating transaction speed, reliability, and accessibility for members of its direct global network and their users. So another Ripple partner making waves there in Colombia. Chad Steingraber also noticed this, guys. Do you remember Vert? Just 3 months after launching their first on-chain structured credit platform on the XRP ledger and EVM sidechain, Vert Capital has completed its second tokenized transaction in partnership with Ripple. So this new issuance expands the platform's scope and brings a new class of regulated credit on-chain, showing that tokenization in Brazil is no longer an experiment, but an emerging market reality. So here's just another statement with regards to that update. And even the Ripple X team did comment on this. Following its first tokenized fund earlier this year, Vert has now completed a second on-chain issuance. So Brazil continues to champion a global standard, combining compliance-ready blockchain infrastructure with finance. So we're also going to keep an eye on that. Wanted to thank Chad for posting that. And guys, also Ripple partner dLocal, they've just partnered with Alchemy Pay to streamline crypto to fiat payments in Latin America. So a lot of this happening in the South American region. We got Colombia, we've got Brazil, and now Latin America. The collaboration leverages dLocal's local payment infrastructure to support Alchemy Pay's expansion in Latin America, starting with instant bank transfers in Argentina. So it's great to see these Ripple-enabled companies permeating that region of the world. The crypto industry faces significant hurdles in bridging the gap between digital assets and traditional financial systems, especially in emerging markets. Users often encounter slow transaction times, high fees, and complex processes when trying to purchase cryptocurrency with local fiat. The global average cost of a cross-border transaction is over 6%. So guys, of course, with this technology, we can get that down to fractions of pennies, and then essentially it's up to the company how much they want to charge, whether that's zero fees, because essentially for them it's free, or if they want to charge 0.5%, 0.25, 0.75%, whatever they want to do. But 6% is just unacceptable for these types of fees. So to solve these challenges, dLocal is providing local fiat rails that allow Alchemy Pay to offer crypto purchases to its Argentine users quickly and efficiently using local bank transfers. And again, likely leveraging the XRP ledger to do this. And again, dLocal connected to the XRPL through RippleNet. And considering they are now connected to Alchemy Pay, this is now further enhancing on and off-ramp capabilities, adding faster and more localized payment options while reducing the complexities of cross-border transactions. This solution ensures users can complete transactions with ease, while dLocal manages cross-border settlements in USD. And I'm sure a lot of that is also going to be done in stablecoin, perhaps the RLUSD or USDC. So great news there for Ripple partner dLocal. And we also have Ripple partner Visa and Ripple partner PaySend facilitating cross-border money transfers for North American merchants. So guys, the web keeps growing, and I think because XRP utility is becoming more and more of a reality since now we do have the regulation. A lot of these companies are jumping very, very quickly. So Visa and PaySend, both Ripple partners, are now offering merchants in North America to offer a real-time way for transparent cross-border money transfers. This partnership will provide Visa merchants and collaborators across North America with access to PaySend's Enterprise API. This will enable integration of PaySend's payment capabilities into businesses' own systems, the company said on Tuesday. So that was from this past week. This integration marks an expansion of the existing partnership in which Visa and PaySend work together to allow customers to send money in real time to Visa debit cards in more than 100 markets, according to the release. So more great news there, guys, coming from, in this case, two Ripple partners, Visa and PaySend, to enhance cross-border payments across North American corridors. We are just going to see more and more of these types of partnerships as we move forward. Of course, the Fed is now preparing as well, guys. Did you hear Waller did propose payment accounts to give crypto firms access to Fed services? So this was the article here posted originally by Michael Branch. Federal Reserve Governor Chris Waller has proposed a new payment account framework aimed at improving access to the Fed's payment structure for crypto firms. Speaking at the Federal Reserve's payment conference, Waller did explain how the proposal could help streamline financial access for institutions focused on payment technologies, especially within the digital asset space. And guys, we've got a clip of Waller here. Listen to this.
This is an acknowledgement that distributed ledgers and crypto assets are no longer on the fringes, but are increasingly woven into the fabric of the payment and financial system. Now, before we hear from these innovators, I would like to touch on roles that the Federal Reserve plays to support the private sector. These include serving as a convener to solve coordination problems and operating core payment and settlement infrastructure. We are also looking ahead, conducting hands-on research on tokenization, using smart contracts, and the intersection of AI and payments for use in our own payment systems. We do this to understand the innovation happening within the payment system, as well as to evaluate whether these technologies could provide opportunities to upgrade our own payment infrastructures and to enable us to have deeper conversations with the industry on these new technologies.
So it's not even a matter of if, it is when the new technologies are here, and Christopher Waller is saying just that. So imagine, guys, when. I think it's a when. I don't even think it's an if. This coming from Crypto Insight UK. When Ripple gets their banking license approved and their Fed master account, then Brad comes through with XRP is at the center of everything promise. Remember, Brad has already told us to lock in, reminding us all that XRP sits at the center of everything. So you can only imagine how this is going to conclude. XRP and Ripple will be the most powerful or more powerful than most can even comprehend. Haters will be so in shock that they mid-curve the most obvious play in crypto. And think about this, just going back to the Fed, guys, their proposal allowing crypto fintech companies accessing existing payment rails. Well, Matthew LANY noticed this, that they are offering skinny accounts for these crypto type payments. Let me describe a possible prototype for this payment account. As I sometimes call it, a skinny master account. The account would provide access to the Federal Reserve payment rails while controlling for various risks to the Federal Reserve and payment system. So guys, this is how crypto companies are going to have access to this. A skinny master account, just to give you guys a bit of a definition, is a proposed type of account with the Federal Reserve for legal eligible non-bank financial institutions. So companies like Ripple, like fintechs that need basic payment services, but not all the services a traditional bank gets. These accounts would provide direct access to Fed payment rails while having restrictions such as no interest on balances, no daylight overdraft privileges, and no access to the discount window. The goal is to allow companies focused on payment innovation to access the Federal Reserve's infrastructure without the risks associated with a full master account. Well, risks sound to me like trying to mitigate the cannibalization of the industry. I mean, we do have a better technology. I mean, Ripple does provide better technology than traditional banks. So I think this may be just a euphemism for, we got to keep them at bay because the major banks are going to lose their monopoly. But I think we're on track, guys. I think companies like Ripple are going to get these Fed master accounts. As Governor Waller says, it is happening, and XRP price, I think, is eventually going to reflect that. As we have Brad Garlinghouse reminding us, XRP sits at the center of everything. That's just his opinion. I want to hear what you guys think, but for more opinions on what I think about this crypto market, you guys can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Again, it is only $5 a month if you guys are interested. Some of you guys might also be interested in the Working Money Channel merch store. I've got all kinds of Working Money Channel merch. Guys, I think we are getting very, very close to sending it. XRP Send It Men's Astronaut long sleeve shirts available for you. Link again in the description of the video. That's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.